say, yes, you spot. It's going to be too small for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have to detach already.
You spot a small ventilation. You remember that there's ventilation shafts running above it, and you spot that there is a break in the ventilation shaft above the door. Too small for you, but you could get a certain BD exploration unit through, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point for XOO to remember that this is an exploration unit. It's got like welded to its arm, and we'll just sort of turn and say, your main directive is exploration, is it not?
Oh no, my main directive is to help Mechanic Lexi with anything that she needs.
Correct, but that was your original designation.
I suppose, yeah.
Good.
A really long time ago.
Explore, and we'll just like shove you into the vent by just like grab the side, kind of like pull up. He's not that strong, so it's just like really straining to do it. Just like shoves the other arm in the vent and just detaches the magnet. So if you don't move soon, you're just gonna slip and fall.
Yep, just gonna hop on through the vent.
It takes you a little time because you are one-legged, but you're able to hop through. You then reach the other side, but there's another break. You're able to look down and you see you're on the other side of the corridor. Are you just gonna jump?
Oh gosh. Can I see anything on the ground, like, or am I just gonna like hit the ground?
It's kind of hard to see. You can see a pair of legs.
Thank you, Toxic Avulsionist, who just said vent, sus, and Amogus.
Thank you, Alex. We love you.
Yes, it is very sus that I'm in the vent. I reckon exploration droid probably has pretty good suspension, right? Like, handle a drop.
Probably.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm going to do a drop.
You make for me, just for fun, an easy coordination check.
Names are killing us here.
All
of these rolls are going wrong.
me what.
So easy is just one purple, and then whatever your coordination skill is going to be. It's based off of was it agility or whatever it's called.
I rolled 2 successes.
Yay!
You land perfectly on your little foot. You wobble, but you're there. You're fine.
Like a gymnast, just.
Yes. You raise your multi-tool up in one, just like
stand. Good.
But yes, you look around and you see that on the other side of the door there is a much more functioning control panel that, without any rolls necessarily, much difficulty, you will probably be able to use to just connect to it and be like, "Oi, stop trying to close the door."
Yeah, just pop out my little multi-tool. I've got my own slicing tool as well because little mechanic-y boy.
You have a tool. I just ripped the panel off.
You have hands.
I have a slicing up link. You have hands.
Hands, singular,
yeah,
please.
I'll just connect to the panel and just, hey, doors, there is a person. There is matter in between the door panels. You should stay open like you're supposed to, silly doors.
Yeah, as you connect, you realize the sensors are gone. But with your manual input, the door does what it's supposed to and opens fully. The body drops down, and on the other side you see XOO.
Well done.
Did it.
And we'll just kind of walk inside and then like kneel down for you to reattach.
You hop up.
Clank.
All right, let's head to medical.
Okay. Yes, you managed to make it to medical without too much more. There's like a few times we have to like duck under fallen beams or avoid a part that is just on fire. But you finally make it to medical.
The whole way, Bede is just like doing this little electronic hum, the droid equivalent of just humming to yourself, just.
Like a Vocaloid.
No, just a little hum. Just a little hum.
Below hears this for like a couple of seconds, and then it's just like, I can save my already diminished cognitive power by reducing my audio inputs.
As the equivalent of someone with hearing aids just taking them out because they
Yes,
don't want
yes.
to listen to you
Yes,
anymore.
it is.
It saves battery.
Sorry, I'm listening to something from the Mandalorian soundtrack, and just the Mandalorian thing came on the and I was like, oh, he's here.
like someone new just joins the call, and it's just Pedro Pascal, just like
Hello, I said
Mr.
something
Pascal.
slow.
Any of us knew Pedro Pascal, we would not be.
Mr. Pascal, it's been an honour.
But yes, meanwhile, in the medical bay, who do we find? Cat for short, as referred to by many of the droids. This nurse droid, many of the crew. This nurse droid has served for a long time. You have patched up more people than have ever been on this ship. And you have healed almost every kind of injury. Thankfully, your databanks are full. Right now, your databanks are very confused and reeling because you took a severe blow to some of your cognitive functions, and your brain isn't quite connecting why the patient on your bed is not responding to any treatments.
I fix.
Yes, you try injecting another, you try another back to pack, that's the one. You just try applying some more Bacta. It's not working. Maybe you need some stimulants. You try another stim pack. It's not working. You're not sure. You're not sure what's going on. And that's when the door opens and in walks a pair of droids that you are somewhat familiar with. You know Bede because the engineer used to come in a number of times, usually with burns of some kind, and you're familiar with XOO because he has sometimes accompanied injured troops. You have never really spoken to them though, because there's never really been a need to.
Oh.
You two walk in and see that there is a very dead Twi'lek on the bed, dressed in Jedi robes.
Greetings.
Please, this is a sanitized area. You have to leave while I'm treating my patient.
Is this room in any way sanitary? Also, just
Torch marks. There is like one end of it has collapsed. The ceiling is caved in, and there is just like debris. And you can see another just arm sticking out from some of the wreckage.
To
This-
use
Airs on the Titanic comes to
to
mind.
use an organic saying, I believe that ship has sailed. Your
Hello, Cat, right?
Oh, Beady. Hi, there you are. It's Lexi.
Hey, how are you?
that was not a stream freeze, folks. That was trauma.
Things were happening there. I'm good. Yeah, you look. Where's your leg?
Oh, it's lost. It'll turn up.
Lost.
It'll turn up.
Well, I can't fix that. I haven't got my engineering license.
You're also missing an arm.
I'll find it. Where's you've taken a bit of a hit yourself. All okay?
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. It's probably just a loose connection.
It's gone.
Designation cat, correct?
Yes, that's me.
Good. Your area has been compromised, your patient is dead, and we need to find any other survivors.
Exo,
I think they just need another back to pack.
No, no.
I have to say that you take another back to back and try applying it. You would use the back to tank, but for some reason you can't find it. You don't know where the back to tank has gone.
I think the back to tank's in for repairs at the moment. I can't find it anywhere.
You two, you look, just like tilt your heads in unison, and you see that like where the ceiling is caved in. You see just like the shattered remains of the Bacta tank.
As like a person was in there when it broke down.
Yeah.
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 I think that's out of operation. I'll add it to the list.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
It's number
Sorry, Matt, I'm rude.
6,783.
I guess while this patient is stable, it wouldn't be too much of a bother if I came with you.
Yes. It is good to make sure they're stable before we carry on. XOO has realized, oh, this person a little bit messed up, and has decided to resort to lying, which it's very good at.
It's not a
As a
lie if the
droid.
stable condition is dead.
Yes, I mean the condition isn't changing, so that makes it stable. As a droid outfitted with lying protocols, you're very capable of this.
Yes.
Faltered Malarkey. I just realized that on Spotify, when you have Star Wars music, the play bar is a lightsaber.
What? I gotta try this.
There
That's
will
so
now be a
cool.
minute break on the stream. It is
Oh
a
my
lightsaber.
god, it is.
It is.
Sorry, we're just gonna lose our minds for a second here.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That is so cool.
Spotify cool sometimes. But yes.
Spotify cool sometimes.
What do you want to do? You have a number of things. I'm gonna say, we're putting this a video game. You have a number of objectives that just popped up in the screen above you. Repair yourselves. Find out what happened. Find out where you are.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go for it.
What robot am I?
Right, yes. Just for a quick thing, we had a player, unfortunately, was very ill, so Xander here was very lovely to quickly take in, but does mean that they aren't quite
stole
aware
this
of
body.
everything that's happening.
So,
Uh,
if you've seen episode 3 of Star Wars,
I think
Like,
a
of the original
better one
series?
to do of the original series. Have you seen Empire Strikes Back?
oh yeah, it's
Yeah, they're in Empire Strikes
In Empire
Back.
Strikes Back, after Luke gets injured,
Yeah.
there is a medical droid with like a cool gas mask thing.
Oh, I see. Hold on, let me Google
And,
it.
like,
yeah.
one
People at
whole
home, if you
arm
just
is a
Google
syringe.
Star Wars medical droid, it
Yeah.
will pop up.
It's very funky.
They're quite like
Oh, I know
grim
this.
looking.
Yes, I
It's
know
like
this.
this thing is about to shove needles into you, kind of vibe.
I don't like
Yeah.
it, but I know it.
No one likes it.
To be fair, it
That's
does make
you
sense.
for the next
I
3 hours.
believe. Was that the droid that was just like she died from sadness? Is that
Yes.
Yeah.
That was what
That's the type-
I was gonna say for
Yeah.
the third one, for episode 3. Also, yeah.
Oh god.
We're not going to worry
Okay.
about that. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to focus on this. That's currently happening somewhere else on another planet across the galaxy.
We're
That is
still in the part of
currently
Star
happening.
Wars with good writing.
Let's not get contentious. But yes. So, what do you want to do, my tiny robots?
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll say right now, XOO is very much like you two have your own ways of dealing with the trauma. XOO is like pushing that all aside because it still thinks it's in a fight. So it's like mission objectives. Let's find out who's still alive. Let's find out where we are. If you two want to take a more thing into healing yourselves, I'm very happy to go with that. But yeah.
Yeah, I believe we have some spare parts for you somewhere in this bay, right?
Oh, there should be. Well, the first priority should always be yourself before you can help anyone else. So let's have a look. And yeah, I will have a look for, I guess, my box that's labeled spare parts.
You are able to find it quite quickly, because it's got a massive chunk of metal driving straight into it.
It's like I would call that
no!
a cheap shot, if not like most things in this ship have metal
Not
driven
destroyed,
into.
yeah.
You are able to sort of yank it like out from under. It's severely dented. It takes you in, but you open it. Inside, yes, there are a number of spare parts. They're all shattered.
Amazing.
Oh dear, we seem to have had some turbulence, and all of my
Ah.
parts have broken.
Bede, as you look in there, you're fairly sure that with given a bit of time, and if you're able to put together an adequate workspace, you should be able to build some spare parts for your fellow droids. That is what you were made to do, after all.
Yes.
Define adequate workspace.
Well,
Like,
I'm sure.
I'm
it would
assuming.
have
I'm
been-
assuming the bead said.
if we
I'm
shove
assuming
the
the bead
body...
said some of that in character. I could be wrong. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, it would just be like, oh, I could do something with this if we just have the space.
I'm sure I could find a gurney or something for you to set up on.
Right.
Yeah, my immediate thought was going to be, are we going to shove the Twi'lek body off?
Do you have
Not my patient.
tools? You have a toolkit on you, a bead. Okay, so yes, you have the necessary tools, so you're not going to get slaughtered for that. So yeah,
I
if
guess
you have,
XOO. Sorry.
Nope.
We'll just like let B down and then just kind of like very slowly, because one arm and also strength one, like brawn one, will just push the Twi'lek off the table.
Just there is the only way to do this is sort of meta. Do either of you guys have any wounds, like not critical injuries, wounds, like the physical damage at the moment?
No, I think we all
You
started
just
with
got strained.
with three crits because
I
Yeah,
didn't
we
start
all
your
start with-
wounds. That was going to be a bit much.
Okay.
Yes. I will allow you to cure critical injuries. You currently have space and you have materials. I will say to cure one critical injury on each of these people.
No.
Also, I will say that I should have been adding a setback to all my actions, but I failed all my rolls anyway. So
Yes.
XOO will probably say to repair its head before the arm, because obviously we've role played them slightly differently for what it actually is, but that affects my ability to think good.
Yes. So, but I will say, so you can. Each critical injury has a difficulty connected to it. I will allow you to roll mechanics to try and fix it. This isn't quite how it works in the game, but also I'm running it, so I don't care. If anyone wants to come at me with some rules lawyering, meet me in McDonald's parking lot. I will only bring one sword.
Also, I think it'd be funny if like Kat is just over with Bede, just kind of looking at everything in the box.
Yeah.
XO, I keep on saying XO Gossip Girl. XOO has gone and pushed it off the table. Kat just turns around and goes, "Oh, they must have gotten better and walked off." Charming.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
What difficulty is the critical injury you want healing?
Real quick, one thing I want to say before you start. Exo below, as you push this Jedi off, this was a Jedi, not a Padawan. This was one of the generals of your army. As you push it off, slumps to the floor, and the cylinder detaches from the belt, rolls and hits your foot.
Lightsaber.
You're familiar with these cylinders. This is a lightsaber.
Yeah. The assassin droid has a lightsaber.
Just sort of looks at it. Looks down at the compartment. There's only space for one of the weapons. And we'll just kind of turn to Cat and just go, as she was leaving, she told me, she said to give this to you to keep safe.
Oh, I see. Thank you. I'll hold on to it for when she comes back.
Yes. I believe the correct procedure: attach it to a belt or something and try not to press anything on it.
Looks down. Do I have
You
a
don't
belt?
have a belt. You don't have
Robot.
pockets either.
I see.
You could take the belt off of the Jedi.
Cat thinks
very
she's left.
surreptitiously, XOO kind of like leans down and pulls off the belt. to like not reveal that, that it's just like looting a corpse, and we'll just sort of go here.
Gosh.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you. This is very useful. And now Cat is a robot with one arm wearing a belt and a lightsaber.
Yes, you have to like do it up as far as it can go because thin robot body. Be able to hang the lightsaber there. Yes, let us begin the repairs.
Oh gosh. So XOO, what injury am I healing off of you?
Yeah, so that would be my head ringer, which is a 2 difficulty injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
yeah, again, like
is...
if you attach a new arm, where am I going to keep you? You need to remain magnetized.
Yes, clearly. That is 2 successes, 2 advantages.
Oh,
Nice.
amazing!
Yes.
Could I just
I
heal
am
my strain
good.
as well? Do you think? If you don't mind me using those advantages to heal my strain, because that's how it normally works on a
Go for it.
medicine check. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, basically what happens is you sort of sit down next to the basically normally, you know, a patient would be lying on the bed, but you sit down next to the bed so BD can like stand behind you and just sort of reattach various wires and such inside and seal up the large hole in the back of your skull. Well, head.
Yeah, it's more like 100 tiny holes from like near misses and of shots that basically just all added up. It's like the thing of like you fire enough holes to make an area unstable and then run a really strong electric current through it, as XOO was whirring the circuits during the fight, and the entire thing just collapsed. So you have to just like patch the cavity up. Also,
Yeah,
apparently
Oh, go for
the
it.
Roll20 sheets are just completely balked because
Yeah.
I can't click heal. I click heal and nothing happens. So
Yeah,
Oh dear.
you have to manually do the things.
literally
Um,
everything has gone wrong.
I apologize.
I know it's
functioning
fine, and
website.
yet we're still here having a great time, and I'm
Okay.
having a great time. So.
Beat is probably just saying things that are just like, oh gosh, this is such a mess. Who even? And it's 100% like stuff that maybe they heard like Lexi say or back in the day of just like, oh what what idiot soldered these wires and it's absolutely dreadful cable management and blah, blah, blah. But you get the feeling it's just repeating things that it has heard. There is no intention behind these words whatsoever.
Like this is what people say when they are repairing things.
Yep. Regardless of the actual quality of anything. Beat is then going to take some time to repair themselves, and I'm going to repair. Boost dice from skill check. Yeah, I'm going to repair the fact that I don't have a leg.
As say you're able to cobble together, it won't last forever, but for the moment, it will be good enough from
Unless I
from
roll
a
really
number of the spare parts. Pardon?
Unless I roll really, really bad.
Unless you're really bad. From a number of the spare parts, you're able to cobble together like essentially a splint, a fake prosthetic, a peg leg for a
Um,
droid.
4 successes.
Oof!
4
Very
threat.
nice. Pardon?
4 threat.
4 threat.
It's
So,
great, but it's going to explode.
How badly do I mess up making a leg?
So just so people know, so threat is like the bad side of advantages. They're not related to success and failures. The main thing is if it's more than 3 threat, we're in big trouble.
And
3
I just
is
got
the
4.
magic number, and you just got 4.
In one roll. It could have been 5. Literally, of the three dice that I rolled to for the difficulty, I got 2 threat, 1 threat, and only one of those was offset by an advantage on my positive dice.
Mims has got an evil face.
I'm going to just quickly roll
I
something.
have a
Don't worry.
functioning leg though. I've got a leg.
Very nice. At some point, this leg is going to break.
Oh
and
no!
it is going to break very severely. But you don't know when that is.
At the worst possible moment.
It's gonna break at the worst possible moment. Yep, we know that.
But Bede doesn't know that.
Pete doesn't know that.
Yeah, I rolled this red die just to quickly see how bad should I make it, and this is what I got.
What is that?
Oh, fantastic.
Is that the really, really bad
That's
one?
the despair.
Yay! Cat, which injury am I fixing on you? I got my bad roll out of the way.
Xander, you good? Xander
Oh,
has frozen.
they're frozen. Oh
There
no.
you
Yeah,
go.
their video's frozen, but their internet. Yeah, we go.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, I was about to say those. When your video freezes out like that, you usually come back on before too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Which injury am I
alive.
fixing on Cat? How many purple things are next to it on your character sheet? I mean, it's either going to be 1, 2, or 3.
Where am I looking for that?
Critical
So if you head
injury.
over
see-
to critical injuries,
yeah.
on the
I'm heading over to critical injuries. I see something down here that does have 3 purple dots next to it.
that would be the missing arm.
Would you like your arm fixed?
Yes.
We're gonna
I love
fit-
how
we're
I it's like I'm not fixing the limb because I want the aesthetic of a one-armed droid.
Although for you, you've still like kind of got another hand.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure with the medical droid, it's
Oh,
just a syringe
yeah.
arm.
Yeah. You've just got the syringe arm at this point, so you
Okay.
probably want to actually be able to hold this lightsaber.
Ah.
How did I take it in the first place? Did I just
Two
balance
success,
it?
2 triumph.
What?
My arm
So-
is perfect.
All right. This is like a nice tutorial of all of the things that can happen in
I
a
know,
roll.
right?
'cause-
This is a
so
fantastic.
you have success failure, advantage despair, advantage threat, and then on top of that you have triumph and despair, which are like something incredible happens or something awful happens.
Or both.
Or both.
Both.
They don't
I
cancel
mean-
each other out. Those two.
I
So
mean,
what
I
did you
think
get?
it'd be good. 2
Tell me.
successes, 2 triumph.
2 successes, 2 triumph. Right, because the
Yeah, I would
triumph
like
is
to
not
use
quite
the
a
triumph.
success.
I would like.
My goodness.
I mean, I'm thinking the good use of the triumph would be like I end up just fixing you completely.
Yeah. I'll say I'll allow you to spend. I'll allow it that you can fix either. You can fix 2 critical injuries and find something useful, or you can fix all 3 critical injuries.
Ooh. What are your other 2 critical injuries? Let's think meta here.
My other 2 critical injuries here. I have a 1 purple dice in the distracted, cannot perform free maneuver on next week turn. 2 purple dice in winded, cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate abilities or gain additional maneuvers until end of a counter.
Yeah, I think how Nims was playing it is like because a lot of these crits are like stuff you take in combat that messes you up. And
It's
Nims
a
was just like,
flavor.
yeah, which is why Exoblo was kind of acting very
Mm.
stilted with the head ringer, and also the other one is discouraging wound, which is why it's being such a downer right now because it's just like everything is wrong.
Everything's wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the other that other 2 one. So you'll just have the 1 purple one. So that the missing limb, and then I want to find something useful.
Oh no, now I have to come with something useful for you to find.
Now you got to think something useful.
A second
no.
lightsaber.
I don't want
No.
to find a
No,
second
sorry.
the lightsaber will be the size of my entire body. BD droids are so small.
You find. I know what you find. So basically, as you're digging through this like repairs, there's like not everything is here. So at one point you need to like hop off the table and like dig through some of like the rubble and stuff. You
My legs
find
shake, I'm just gambling.
a homing beacon.
Ooh.
A beacon you can activate, and if you are basically attuned to it, you will know exactly where it is. So if you want to go exploring, you can activate this beacon, and you always know the way to go home. I have a feeling it probably slipped out of like the belt of some casualty in the upper floor. It's not meant to be here, but it's here, and you found it.
Oh, this will be useful. I'm gonna pop it into my like secret storage that I've got a bunch of other things in. Oh.
Yes, you then get back up on the table and finish fixing Cat.
My circuits are definitely improving. I'm able to do a full reboot. We need
Windows shutdown noise.
yeah, someone sort of like head down for a little bit while you're fixing, and then when you're sort of near to when you're finished, it will sort of just like head up immediately and just go, we need to find out what happened.
You have a much better memory of what happened now. Double X, XOO. You remember there was something happening on the bridge. You remember that? The main fighting. There was a large fight on the bridge. A good portion of happening around the engines, but there was also a large fight happening on the bridge.
The memories I've recovered are inexplicable. We need to find out what happened.
Certainly. I would also be really. It would also be great to find out why there is a large amount of dead bodies in my medical bay.
Yes, now that you've been repaired, your brain is starting to work properly again, and you're just like, this isn't how I left it.
This is not going to look good on my records.
You know what? That is true.
She's still coping.
All right. So how's our little intrepid trio going next?
So
Well,
there's
in
definitely an
this
argument for trying to get like the main computers working so we can try and do a scan and figure out where we are. / also scan the ship to see if there's any survivors.
And for that, I assume we need to get to the bridge.
Oh yeah, that would be where the sensors. Yeah, I guess we gotta go to the bridge.
Yeah.
Let's go to the bridge.
I was thinking like, oh, but Nims gave me this cool hint to go to the bridge, and I'm not gonna get to use that, and I feel bad. But I'm like, oh wait, that's where the sensors are.
That's where everything is.
Let's go to the bridge.
The bridge?
Hey.
I've never been to the bridge. Is it nice?
I've never
It's
been
adequate.
either. Oh.
It does the job of a bridge.
Okay.
Does XOO
I had an
know
officer come from
about
there
the
once when he'd gotten punched in the face.
That was when you were briefly serving on General Skywalker's ship.
Very briefly.
The job of a bridge is for people to stand on and look important.
Correct.
Does it work?
It did. I think there are too many bodies there for it to fully function at the moment.
Oh. Well, let's go. Figure out where we
Yes.
are.
Yes.
Bede is no longer on
Yeah. I was gonna say
XOO's
I'm
shoulder
still
and
gonna
is
use
just
the fact that
scampering ahead.
I've got an electromagnet on
We
my
know
arm.
we've
by
got
the
one,
way.
yeah.
I'm pocketing that one. It's Chekhov's electromagnet.
A surprise tool. Help us later.
I also love that we all did the RP walk. We were all like, off we go.
Slowly get closer to the camera.
I'm being threatened. Yes, you continue through the ship, heading upwards towards the main bridge. It's not easy. There are many obstacles. Basic ones, just again, moving around things, having to avoid actively on fire other parts. And then you reach what was a corridor. Unfortunately, all of the floors below it in this particular area have collapsed, leaving a very tenuously hanging metal sort of bridge that slants, breaks off before it reaches the other side. There is something of a gap.
Well, that looks unstable.
I could see this posing a problem.
Beady, do you think we could throw you across?
I haven't been thrown very often, but I don't tend to enjoy it.
Not aggressively. I was thinking more of an underarm motion.
Oh. I'm rather light. I suppose it could work. If it damages me, it damages me.
I'm sure we can find another way. Or it depends really what's on the other side, because if we throw you across and there's nothing of use over there, we've just kind of thrown you over there for nothing.
And then it won't be able to make it back.
Well,
I'm
but you
sure
could
we'll
use
think of something.
the thing.
So is there like a gap, or is it just that like the gantry gets more and more unstable the further along you go?
Basically, the gantry gets more and more unstable, but it has dropped down. So there isn't like a huge gap, but basically it's essentially this is the gantry, this is the other side of the corridor. It's done. It was here, it's done this.
Okay. Is there anything around we could use as a rope?
Sure. What kind of thing would you like there to be?
Like
Cables, maybe?
yeah, as like cabling.
Cables, yeah.
I'd say yeah, you can find some cables.
Yeah.
You basically what happens is you look at the nearby wall and you see there's a whole bunch of just like slightly sparking cables, and you're just like, yeah, the ship doesn't need these.
Yeah.
Yank.
It doesn't need power
Well,
anymore.
once again, the ship has passed the percentage of destroyed, at which point it is okay to mess with it. Just stop.
Were you thinking about attaching that to something?
My idea was, well, navigating the bridge would be treacherous. It'd probably drop us all down anyway. So if we go down first and simply climb up the other side.
No, because I was thinking, I have something here called spray plastocast. Could I use that to attach the cable to something in a kind of offhand way? Because I think that would be funny.
Yeah, it's the spray on plaster cast, so I guess it now just spray on plaster.
That's actually really cool. That's an awesome use.
So
so
yes,
yeah, so I guess I'll take the cable, just kind of like follow the bridge, follow the gantry down as it drops until I'm standing on like the corridor below or whatever. And then just kind of try to throw it over something to latch onto on the other on like the bit above where we're actually trying to go.
Okay. I feel like I do have to make you roll for that.
Are
I'm
we
very
gonna try
sorry.
and
Wait, wrong arm.
Your commitment to the bit is admirable.
My left arm is already feeling a little weird because I've been keeping it below table level this entire time.
Be on it.
I'm committing. You didn't see anything. I'm not scratching my head with it.
I will say this will be your choice of athletics or coordination.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. I have 1 green in athletics, and then my coordination is better.
Nice. It is going to be hard, so it's going to be 3 purples.
Nems, you're killing me here.
I'm sorry, you're trying to use computer cabling to build a rope up a gantry.
yeah. So
It totally work.
All right. Is there anything else in the pool?
No, because I'm being nice. I will say if the other two can come up with a good way they are helping,
There's
you
a
could
setback there
absolutely.
already because I'm doing this one-handed.
So yeah. I will say
hold on.
if
Can I offset the setback by helping with my little tool and my knowledge of cables and their tensile strength?
I will offer an alternative you can do.
Oh,
That may work a little better than what you're planning. Which
I
is
just
you
want to
take
remove the
bead
setback from him.
with the cables. You won't read the setback, you add a boost. And if you give bead the spray on plaster and throw them up with the cables, they may be able to more securely attach it.
Oh
It went-
yeah.
Do it.
This is like
Do it.
this is
Do
like
it.
one
Do
of
it. Do
those
it. Do it.
like
Do it.
adventure game logic puzzles. Just like combine bead with plaster cast, combine bead with rope, use bead rope on wall. Just
in which case, I will allow you to add 2 blue to that check.
yay.
It's still hard, but this will also include what Bead does.
Yeah, okay.
Please don't kill me.
I'm not gonna lie, this roll's still not looking great. Let's try.
You'll be fine.
Oh my
Please.
god! I don't understand why it does this. So that is 2 failures with 2 advantages. I guess I get
My
beat up
cat
there,
made a
but
really
not the
cute noise in the
cable?
background.
Okay, so I
Or
wasn't planning on using destiny points for this, but considering how bad Zach's rolls are being, we might need to quickly do destiny points.
If we do
So-
destiny points, you start with
don't
1
wanna
more than
die.
normal because of my wound.
I don't want to
The
die.
spray plaster cast explodes and everywhere.
So
It's just
everyone
everywhere.
quickly roll for me a white die, which is this one.
Okay. Let me open the web page. The white die. I see it.
Oh, hey Nims.
2 light side.
I got 1 bad.
I got one
Because
bad.
again, this website hates me.
I got
I
a.
got
do-
two
I got a. I got
Clearly
a.
it does.
I got the black spot.
Yeah, that's bad.
Cool, so we've got 2 light side. I also got a dark side, so because I get an extra, that's five dark side.
And then one of them flips immediately because of the discouraging wound. So actually, we're flipping our last light side already to do this.
So no, you start with 2 light side, don't you? I thought you said you got 2.
Yeah, but one of them flips from the wound.
Oh yes. And then, do you want to immediately? I will allow you to immediately spend your last light side to
I
reroll
mean, you're
that.
throwing me up in the air,
Sure.
please.
I mean, to be clear, I'm not sure this is going to do much better. It's a very hard check. But hey, here goes nothing. Nope, I got 3 advantages this time though.
With 3 advantages, I will allow it that Bede gets up there
It doesn't die.
and isn't injured. But it's going to have to very quickly try and attach it. They're in the process of falling.
Oh, God.
And Xander, you're going to have to make a check to quickly try and plaster spray these cables in place.
Oh, God.
You can
Yeah,
do
quickly. What am I rolling?
I'll
Oh, my
say
small armless son.
I'll say mechanics probably works. So
Oh,
I'll
okay.
say it's a average mechanics check, but with a setback because you're currently sliding.
So that's 2 purple, 1 black, yeah?
Yes. I believe you have things that remove setbacks.
I might. I do not remember them.
I believe Gearhead removes a setback
Yes.
from mechanics.
Where is that? Characteristic skills? No. Where is it? Where is it on my character sheet?
Talents is in combat for some bloody reason. It's in combat.
Oh, yes. Gearhead removes a setback dice per rank of Gearhead from my mechanics checks.
Yes. So you can remove that setback.
Cool. It rolled nothing anyway, so.
What'd you get?
I got 2 successes. Just 2
Very
successes.
nice.
Just
Yes, that's all you need. You only need 1 success. You got twice what you need.
Woo.
So yes, as you're sliding, you're able to quickly use essentially your foot to slam down on the cables and quickly use your tiny little arm, sort of arm,
Multi-tool.
to quickly spray the spray on plaster, and securely for the moment attach this rope. It will probably not last. You will be able to get up here and then it will probably break. But it will get your 2 larger compatriots up here.
It works.
So Zach, what did you do to the dice gods?
They hate you. They hate
Yeah.
I mean, to be clear, I'm rolling with an extra setback on all of my things.
True. But yes, you're able to all clamber up to the other side.
Yeah, just one-armed, quite slowly.
We're both doing it one-armed. How am I supposed to climb with a
No, you
needle
got to.
arm?
No,
Oh, yeah. No,
true.
no true
You
needle.
just go
yeah.
awkwardly wrap the shoulder of it around
Am I
the rope.
stabbing it every time I'm going up? What's
Yes.
going on here?
Yes. You use your knees a lot.
My strong robot knees.
Hey, they're made of metal. Cut them some slack. They're not
I
too
think
much,
with-
they might break the rope.
I think medical droids as well. They got really skinny legs.
And like really like clumpy feet for some
Like,
reason.
they're
Like,
just
I
like-
just looked at pictures of them and they've got like
Yeah.
the worst feet I've
They're
ever
like-
seen.
I mean, to be honest, all I'm thinking is like Bender from Futurama, though. Like the
Yeah.
cup.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's bad. It looks bad.
You were on the other side, continuing on to the bridge. You're able to make your way through a few more areas. There's a few like little areas you have to like jump across. In which case, Bede, you just like click back onto the extra below. Because it's a much shorter distance for him than it is for you.
I reckon I can still make the jumps though. Explorer droid can do a little run and jump.
That's true. Maybe a little
It's got
backflip.
hops.
I got hops.
Oh, it's got hops. Put that on a t-shirt, I guess.
Boy got hops.
Boy got hops. Chat, if you want Boys Got Hops on a t-shirt, donate money. I will make it.
You won't get the T-shirt, but you'll feel better about it.
It will exist. It will exist. The t-shirt will exist.
Yeah, it'll be
Disney
me
will
drawing
kill
on it.
us.
It'll be me
Also,
drawing on it in
Hey,
Sharpie.
hey, chat! While we got you here, as a reminder, if you see a funny moment, clip it. Press
Woo.
the clip button. We
We'll upload them to our TikTok.
yeah. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
But yes, you managed to finally make it, not to the bridge, but you get to the briefing room, which is just off from the bridge, the war room.
Oh my god.
It has a large circular holographic panel. If anyone has watched Clone Wars, they are very familiar with this room in a Jedi Cruiser. It currently has, it's broken. Well, part of it's like cracked and it's sparking. But it does have a bunch of holograms flickering. You can see maps, things scanning, lots of error messages.
Oh dear, I think this thing needs a bit of a fix as well.
It doesn't look good.
You can add it to the list.
Yes, number 8,382.
It's been rapidly growing as you pass more things.
Oh yeah.
But as you step into this room, you hear a noise. The ship has been almost deathly quiet for the majority of your journey. The sound of maybe metal shifting, fire, but you hear a noise. You hear a gasp.
That
Is
sounded
someone
organic.
there? Is
Hello?
someone?
Are you in need of medical assistance?
Gun is pointed immediately at the
Off
source
I
of the
go.
voice. As Cat runs in, XOO just straight up, just like hatch open, gun out.
You see, as you're able to move through there's the room. It's like there's things brought down, but on the other side of a overturned metal like table that is like covered in blaster marks, you see the other Jedi.
At that, will holster, not point the gun at the Jedi.
Well, I'm assessing damage. Let's have a look.
Yeah, sure. Roll me. You probably an easy medicine check. It's a chist man. He has sort of long hair, dark blue skin, these bright red eyes that are staring off into nothing.
What am I rolling?
Yes. So you're rolling medicine with 1 purple.
Okay. How many dice do I put in?
So
It
your medicine
shows you your
score.
colours on medicine.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
go,
let me
if
have a
you go
look
to
into
the skills,
medicine.
yes.
I see medicine. I have 3 yellows.
So yes, you're
Very
putting 3
good.
yellows.
Please,
yellows?
you explain this to me like I'm a baby. So 3
So you're gonna
yellows
put
and
in
1 purple.
3 yellows and 1 purple. Yes.
I got 4 success.
Woohoo!
This man is dying.
Oh no.
He is
Oh.
dying rapidly.
Oh no. I was just like, oh man, we got another person to talk
we're
to.
gonna fix him. Like, no, he's dying.
In which case, I apply
he has
painkillers.
massive. Yeah, you can do that. He has massive internal bleeding. His legs very clearly don't work.
Same, bro. Earlier.
But yes, you crouch down and he goes, my Padawan. Please, have you seen her?
I have not seen your Padawan.
Have to find her.
Where was she last? Where did you last see your Padawan?
The clones, I don't understand.
It's,
We won.
You don't have much time left. It is important. Where did you last see your Padawan?
I sent her to the escape. Please, you have to find her. What happened? I thought we... And then he just falls back. Slack, eyes staring into nothing.
Reach over with my hand that has fingers on it. Close the eyes. Pat, pat. Sorry, sir. We should... Oh, sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, can I connect to the systems and see if any escape pods did manage to go before crash? There's got to be internal systems that log that.
Yeah, there are internal systems. Most of them have been heavily damaged. That's why you're heading towards the bridge to try and get to access to the core system.
Yeah.
So once you're there, you'll definitely be able to do it.
Okay. File away. Escape pods.
Yeah, so we sort of... kind of hate to do this, but does this man also have a lightsaber?
You can steal his lightsaber too?
No, his lightsaber is...
It's returning them to the rest of the Jedi, you know, when we find them.
Mm.
I'm sure they're all fine.
I'm sure they're great.
All
I'm sure
of the
everything is
Jedi are fine.
This was
Always.
I'm sure this was a very isolated incident.
Yeah.
Completely isolated, yep. Nothing else is happening.
His lightsaber is missing.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where it should be on the belt, but it's gone.
Free belt, though.
No, I'm not.
That is not in character. That is
not,
100%
yeah, I'm not actually looting a body.
Not... You looted one already.
Yes, we should continue on to the bridge. I will make a note in order to send his records off.
There are many things we must. There are many notes and many things we got to do. But first,
believe me, my casualty report is extensive.
Excellent. And we're off to the bridge.
We gotta be close, right?
Oh yes, the war room is very close to the bridge. It's not too much longer. You get up and you realize that this Jedi Master must have run from the bridge because it is full of clones, dead. Their bodies showing the distinctive markings of lightsaber wounds. They're scattered around, some thrown. Panels are cracked where clone troopers have clearly been thrown via the Force into them hard enough to break bones.
Unusual.
And you can see...
Anyway, those computer systems.
You can see the trail of blood leading from somewhere in the room back towards the Jedi Master that just died. Yes, you're here. Most of the computer systems are still somewhat online. Sorry, my camera keeps messing with the light levels, and I don't understand why it's doing it. Just stay.
It's not going to stay.
It's not. But yes, you're able to find the main computer, which is the thing you want to connect to. And yeah, you're able to connect to it. It is a mess. It is when you first connect, Bede, it is just a absolute mess of error messages. It's like this thing's missing, this thing's offline, this thing's missing, this thing's offline.
I know.
It's on fire. This is going up here. It's like this is I want you
You
to
have to
make
get through
me
7 different catastrophic failure notifications.
yes, just like the engines are burning
Acknowledge,
up, the engines of
acknowledge,
this percent, the engines of
acknowledge,
this percent.
acknowledge.
But yes, make just an easy, not easy, a average, so 2 purple computers check just to sift through everything because there's a lot of information here.
Computers. That's 2 yellow, 2 green, and then 2 purple.
For every success you get, I will let you ask me a question.
Ooh. I'm just gonna double check. Note that's just about removing. Sorry, I'm just taking a quick
That's fine.
double reminder of all of my things. Hidden storage. Okay, cool. Just checking I didn't have anything else that could improve that. I tell you what, Zach, Dicebot may hate you. It loves me.
Yeah, it really does.
4 successes and 1 advantage.
Very well. So I will allow you to ask me 4 questions, and you may ask one basic, ask for more details on one of the answers I gave
Okay.
with your advantage.
Were the escape pods ejected?
Yes.
Are there
Were
any
the escape
current?
pods ejected successfully?
Were they? No. Are there any life signs aboard the ship?
No.
Two more questions. Were there any life signs aboard the escape pods when they were ejected?
Unclear.
Unclear. Oh.
Oh, Nebs!
Where are we?
Unknown.
Awesome.
Right, no.
Okay, suggestion. Where was last reported position?
Yeah. Okay. No. Can I rejig? Where are we to last reported position?
I will allow you spent the advantage to have to ask for more detail to be for
Okay.
where are we.
Yeah. Last reported position.
The last reported position, you were fighting on the outer rim, quite near hut space.
Lovely. If we're on Tatooine, I'm going to kill
While
you.
this is going on, can I look out the window?
Yes, you can. Yes, the reason, Xander, I will make clear for you, the reason the computer doesn't know where you are is because you are no longer on any known maps.
Yeah, no. For those of you not super familiar with the Star Wars setting, there are just like sometimes you can just end up somewhere and the computer's just like,
You're somewhere.
like outside of the main areas of space. It's just
Okay,
There
who
be
knows?
dragons.
we are on Tatooine. I am going to find you. I'm going to come to your house, Nims.
If you're a Tatooine, I would say. No,
I just
you
see
look
Tatooine
out.
is on a map.
You look out and you see a forest.
Okay.
Oh, we're not on Tatooine. Jeez.
Thank
You
God.
see trees pressed against the window, have the ship having crashed into these trees, and they are just like leaning against the glass.
Oh God, we're on Endor.
It takes you a moment to realize it because it just looks dark, and then you're like squinting and you realize no, those are just a lot of trees pressed against the ship.
Sort of turn back and say, "Are there any survivors?"
No life signs recorded.
But we must be on some kind of we must be near some kind of settlement where you should be able to
No,
radio
no
for
life
help,
signs recorded in the ship.
activate a distress beacon or something.
I have a homing
Hmm.
beacon. Can I activate a distress beacon? Beacon, like a signal?
Yeah.
No. The there is an equal chance of the enemy finding us as there is help. We should be careful.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Mm.
Who is the enemy?
Hang on, let X
The set-
double O clear his voice box.
The separatists.
There don't appear to be any separatists here.
That is correct. But we were in the middle of a war.
But there's also, we could turn it on and find someone who could help.
Bede, I will
I
say,
think-
as you're filtering through the computer systems, you find 2 transmissions. The first was the announcement of the death of General Grievous.
I don't know who
Which-
that is.
No, you don't know who
Rip
that
and
is.
piss.
I do.
Out of character, I do. In character, no idea.
He doesn't know anything.
I
But
have
no,
I have a rank in warfare. I know who that is.
Yeah, you know who it is. Yes. This is alert as a priority message. It says, General Grievous defeated. The war is over. The second message is a shipwide broadcast. Execute Order 66 with the same priority alert. You don't know what either of these things mean. Well, you know what war over means. but
Bede
other
says
than
these things out loud, and then just kind of goes, Order 66. The 66th rule I had from Mechanic Lexi was about making sure that my feet were clear before I stood on the work surface. I do not think that's what this is referring to.
Hmm.
I concur. This, except because it sort of like, takes a minute. If you two want to have a chat, he's just sort of staring.
I will say XOO will be aware that there is a way to access security footage. Potentially. It'll take more than a while to read
Oh,
through.
I'm still
While
dealing with the whole "the
XOO
war is over" bit first.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay,
While
yeah.
XOO isn't saying anything,
Yeah.
Bede will turn on like a distress signal because it's just like people will find us and help. Let's turn it on.
This is going to attract like a T-Rex or something. I swear.
I don't care. Like Bede is a little optimist.
No, absolutely.
You activate the long range distress signal. It
Yep.
sends that frequency out into the surrounding space.
These are lights. Like Cat is just kind of looking at kind of the dead troopers and everything. Just like these lightsaber wounds.
Hmm?
They're lightsaber wounds. You can tell it's cauterized itself.
Oh yes, I suppose. I don't
Why
really see
would
human injuries.
I see a lot. Why would the Jedi attack his own troopers?
Maybe
The
it was an
troopers were
accident.
attacking all of us.
Pardon, sorry?
The troopers, they were attacking all of us.
Maybe it was an
Unclear why.
accident.
Huh.
Maybe
It was.
Maybe they got confused.
It was no accident.
Probably just got confused. People get confused
Sort of
all the time.
turns, like, you know, the way that like 3PO units turn very slowly, of just like looks you dead in the eye and just goes,
I have no eyes.
"It was no accident."
Maybe they were just. Maybe someone read the wrong message. I'm sure no one meant to do anything bad.
Message. Right. The second message. And I'm going to immediately head over to one of the computers and try to check the security logs.
Okay, this is going to be much harder because
Why
It's
would
fine.
you
I'll be
do
fine.
this to him?
I'll be fine. I don't believe the dice bot can hurt me, and therefore I'll be fine.
however, you can
Fear is the
have
mind killer.
I'm looking at those 7 dark side points. Now,
Yeah, if you flip one, we get one back, because I don't have any more to spend at this point.
yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, what am I rolling here? Would this be computers?
This is computers.
Okay.
Ooh, good
Hard
luck with that.
computers.
With an
But
upgrade.
I would
That's
yes. So you're turning one of your purples into a red.
yeah.
Well,
There
that's
is
a
double
lot
the amount
stressful
of negative dice
coming
going
back
into
to
this
you.
as positive dice.
Someone can help you for you to get a blue. Look, these things, they may look piddly, but they can mean the difference between life and death.
Like Bede could help, but
You don't
Rin's
want
also
to.
just like don't
Bede
want to.
doesn't need to.
No, it was just an accident. No one means to hurt anyone ever.
Yeah.
Bede's
Alright.
in denial.
Positivity.
I'd offer to help, but I
Toxic
don't see what help I
positivity
can
here.
give.
You poke your needle arm at the computer and you're like, sure is a computer. The next step will say thank you.
Alright, let's give this a go. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna double check all of my bits and bobs. I don't think I've got anything for this, but I just want to be absolutely clear. Yeah, no, this is not my wheelhouse. How? I don't understand why I keep ending up with these very specific rolls. So that's one advantage and one failure. Which, considering how bad that stat, like I'm always just very narrowly missing.
I mean, you don't
Okay.
electrocute yourself. Maybe it's.
This is 2 damaged. You need to access the main memory unit, which is lower down in the ship if you want to access this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna say. It's not that you can't do it, it's you can't do it here.
Okay.
We could
Could
always grab it on our
I-
way to the escape pods.
Can I
don't
use that
think it's so much
advantage
use on planet.
to do like a scan of the local environment? I just kind of want to see like what kind of planet it is we've actually landed on.
Yeah, you won't be able to do too far. You need to
Yeah,
that takes
yeah.
time for a planetary scan, but this will just do like the local like mile around the ship.
Are we about to sink into a swamp?
So
Is the
the
ship currently
the
sinking?
scanners are damaged, as everything on this ship is
Yeah.
damaged.
Shocking.
But from you're able to gather, it seems to be mostly woodland, quite temperate, not particularly like wet. It seems to be there are life signs off of the ship. You're not able to get anything specific on them, but you know that there are things that are in fact alive
Okay.
outside the ship. This could be just like wildlife. It could be anything. You don't know.
And we're not in any immediate danger from the outside environment.
There's nothing triggering the proximity alerts. No.
Okay. It will sort of like pull itself up from the monitors and sort of turn around and say, something happened to make the clones attack. It's clearly linked to one of these 2 messages. We're not in any real danger at the moment, and this ship has auxiliary power to keep us supplied for quite some time, assuming we are the only 3 droids left.
Actually, it doesn't. As you were checking the status, you have enough to last you a month.
Okay. In the grand scheme of things, we're not in severe danger at the moment.
It's not going to run out in the next 2 hours.
Yes. I propose we first assess what's happened, and then we can think about planning for the future.
Sure. Personally, I would like to go down to the escape bay to see if that Padawan made it off ship before all of this kicked off, as I would quite like to return this lightsaber to someone who can use it.
We should be able to view her escape if it did occur on the logs as well.
Yes, and on our way we can always go and try and find some more security footage.
Yes.
Do you have any input?
The logs
Bede?
are the security footage. That was.
Oh right, yep. Sorry, I thought we were going to like go find like a better copy or something. Do you have any input, Bede?
I'm glad we're not on a sand planet.
I hate sand. It's
No.
coarse and rough,
No.
and it gets everywhere.
No.
It does get into my gears.
It really grinds
Not
my gears.
enjoyable.
I'm just thinking about the tone that Nim's
I will
very
maintain. I
carefully
know
built.
that is dumb dialogue, but he's 100% correct.
Okay.
Anakin
Yeah.
Skywalker is correct about sand. That is my official stance.
Clip that. Anakin Skywalker is correct. End clip.
Anyway, I was so tempted
So-
to have like a panel explodes to take a whole bunch of damage, Cat.
Goodness. This ship is going to the dogs.
Oh, I don't get any damage for like setting that up perfectly.
I do not blame the branch for having low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Not even if the branch willingly lowered itself.
It is the one who picks it as a fault.
Yes. We should. Yes, we should head to the escape pods. I don't know if there'll be much use on planet, but
So you're heading to the escape pods, or are you going to head to the main computer logs?
we should go to the computer logs. We need to be.
Yeah.
We need to see what happened.
We'll go to the computer logs first.
It's the main server of all the computers. It's also where the ship's black box is stored. Well, the Star Wars equivalent of a black box.
what would it be called?
Hydro box. I don't know. They had stupid
Quantum
names to
box.
things. But yes, you will head down into the bowels of the ship. It grows more and more unstable. It grows more and more hot. As whatever fires are here are growing and eating through the various debris, bodies, fuel deposits, anything it can.
Oh dear.
You don't have a lot of time.
Yes.
Um,
Is that we don't have a lot of time in this area, or we don't have a lot of time on the ship?
on the ship, you have a
On the
feeling as you're going lower, if this is allowed to continue uncontrollably, it is going to reach the main fuel cores and it is going to explode. Again,
When you were scanning the ship, I'm assuming the fire suppressant system is also offline.
Yes, that's number 9364.
If you bumped it up the queue slightly, would this help?
That is.
As in,
bumped up.
would would it help? Would it help to re-engage the fire suppressant?
I think it's more that there's 9,000 things you need to fix before you're even able to fix the fire
I
suppressant
see.
system. Is probably what BD's getting at here.
Yes. The total number of things that need fixing are 12,582.
83, you say as you pass another broken servo.
83.
Yeah, I guess we'll. Yeah, we
We
got.
will
There's
move quickly.
there's exactly enough time for there to be no time to waste.
Yep.
Yes.
We've
Um,
got- we've got-
you head lower, you have to
Okay.
basically start just jumping down carefully into more collapsed corridors. It's growing hotter and hotter. You feel like if you were organics, you'd be having a really rough time breathing, but you're droids, so you don't need to do that. So there's a lot of smoke in the air. It's your senses are picking up like carbon molecules and a lot of other really, really bad molecules that an organic person would not want in their lungs. But again, you don't have lungs, so you don't really care. But you're finally able to make it to this. It's a large room filled with all these various computer banks. There is a fire in the room itself. The main computer bank is currently not touched, but the fire is slowly spreading.
Let me have a look.
We should resolve this.
Yes. Okay. What if I what if I used the spray plastocast as a fire suppressant?
I believe you already used it.
Yeah, we've used
Oh, does
it.
it only have one use?
Yeah.
One use spray
Unless
plastocast?
you have multiple in your inventory.
It just says one.
So yes, you've already used it.
Do you have any? Considering there are no life signs aboard the ship, could we
Mhm.
perhaps use the Bacta fluid to
I have some med packs, yes, that could be used.
use use whatever's in the med packs, the Bacta fluid or anything
Ah.
there to extinguish the fire?
Okay, so just pouring them on probably won't be enough. If you were able to like hastily cobble together something, could pressurize them into a gas, that might be enough to like smother the flames, stop getting oxygen.
Mechanical opportunity.
Do you want to try and quickly jury rig together
I
a
want to try and
makeshift
jury rig.
pressurizer?
Yes, I want to try and jury rig a fire suppression.
You are
system.
surrounded by spare parts.
Lovely. Use it. Fire suppression system using Bacta fluid as. Oh,
Sounds
that's amazing.
good. What will this be? I'd say make a hard mechanics check, so 3 purples.
3 purples. Awesome.
You don't get a setback because you do in fact have tools. So
Sorry. 3 purples or 4. Sorry, 3. Yeah.
yeah. You okay?
Sorry, you guys are up on my top screen, so I was looking at the dice, and I think you nodded, and I didn't see it.
3 purples.
3 purples. Oh, that was close. 1 success.
1 success.
Your
One
luck
Yes.
is
singular success,
fading.
but that's all I need. That's all I need, baby.
This is not a permanent solution of any kind. But you are able to, with it, you're able to essentially hand it to XOO, climb on his arm, and then use your multi-tool to like activate it after loading in the Bacta, and you're able to spray and smother a large amount of the fire in this room. The Bacta runs out very quickly. You have given yourself a lot more time, but the fire is going to be back.
He'll be back in greater numbers.
What?
I'll be there.
Every time my finger hovers over the server mute button, I just like,
Oh man.
God.
I think I have just paved the way for someone adept in some kind of computing or hacking to. Because I don't want it. Well, I could also do it. I could get into the systems, but I mean,
You say adept. I mean,
Oh,
how
I
adept are you?
I have 3 greens in computers.
That's basically
yeah, I've got
yeah.
a yellow and I've got 1 yellow, 1 green. I don't know if
Oh,
which of those is
I've got 2
better.
yellow, 2 green. The
Oh,
yellow's
yeah.
better, so
You do it.
I just
Get on
didn't,
there.
I didn't want to.
Do it.
Okay, yeah. I'll go and.
XMO
Get
just
the
like
info.
shoving you in front of the computer, just like.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to do something. Sorry. Yeah. So
Currently, the dice spot is saying it's not allowed to do that. So
Also, I'm sorry. I'm still kind of enjoying the fact that like here all of you are with all of your useful equipment. You know, like multi tools and like back to fluid, and I'm just here with my gun with my surge override switch that allows me to electrify myself as like a flash reboot, and then my voice emulator that lets me copy the voices of anything I've heard before.
Oh my god.
Listen, that's gonna be really useful when we come across something that's locked with like the voice of the captain of the
Yeah, I
ship.
was gonna say, I can now
Yeah.
talk like the Jedi, but again, this is XOO as a sleeper agent. It's not built for any of this.
And I love that it's not built for any of this. What's the difficulty to obtain the information that we need from this computer system?
it is going to be. So it would have been hard with 2 setbacks if you hadn't put out the fire. It is still hard, but without the setbacks. And due to the fact that you have someone with a voice vocal emulator, I was waiting to say this. A number of these files are locked, but because you spoke to the
Okay,
general,
yeah, no, I
was setting it up, and then you would have ruined it. I was like, "Oh, he's going to be so excited."
I am so excited.
That's awesome. We were just saying how you weren't going to get to use it.
But yes, I do need to make a check to turn it on. It's a hard deception check.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yes,
sorry, I'm
you're able to
yawning, I'm
basically get the codes, but you need him to say them to the computer in order to access them.
Mhm.
But first, you make your check, and then you make your check, and hopefully everything will go fine.
That is 2 successes, 2 advantage.
Okay. Luckily,
You
because
may use your advantages to give him boosts on his roll.
yeah, I'm going to use both of them to give you 2 boosts.
Yeah, and luckily because I'm very good, I can ignore blacks on deception checks, so this is not affected by my missing arm.
Nice. Well,
Hey! Oh!
Yeah.
you're missing
Oh! Oh, it's time! That is 5, count 'em, 5 successes and 3
Ooh.
advantages.
Very
win.
good. Very nice.
You're applauding me like I'm a small child that's just done something like very minorly impressive.
Yeah.
You said that like you weren't.
Good job, champ.
Good job.
But yeah, so
Gold
like as you like bring the files up in like the perfect voice of the Jedi that we just met, just like voice activation, the Delta. It's just like this just very human voice
gives a
comes
clear
out of
voice.
this droid.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's
probably a
a
little like husky because when you met him, he was like
Yeah.
delirious in
Dying.
pain,
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
The computer recognizes it. The computer isn't like is smart enough to recognize someone's voice regardless of the amount of tones it can have.
Otherwise, you've got a cold, and then it's just like, no, you're not coming in.
Nah, intruder.
Oh no, I've got
Yes,
a cold. I can't access any of my files.
you access the security logs. What are you
Right.
looking for? Are you looking for anything specific, or do you just want to know what happened?
Sorry, it's
It's all of you. You can-
I'm
well,
yeah.
yeah.
The immediate aftermath of both of those messages.
There's probably about a 15 or so minute interval between them. Yes, the immediate aftermath. As you're watching this, you start to remember pieces now because it's jogging your straining memory banks. You are still somewhat damaged. But yes, it came through. The captain of the ship, not the general, but the captain said, "Announcement to all crew: General Grievous has been killed by General Kenobi. The war is over." And there was just cheering throughout the ship. Everyone was sort of like hugging, like clone troopers were just like, sort of like hugging out. Everyone was having a great time. There's a brief shot of the engineering bay where Lexi had Bede and was just sort of doing a little dance with him. And then, yes, remember now a shot came. Because General Grievous was dead, but the Separatists weren't all gone. And you're quickly plunged back into a firefight with the Separatist ship. So the celebrations were short-lived. But, it was one Separatist ship. You were a fully stocked Jedi cruiser, high off the victory, the fact the war was gone. These remnants, they normally wouldn't stand a chance. But 15 minutes into the fighting, or a few minutes into the fighting, it was 50 minutes after that initial message, a shipwide broadcast. It was like magic, like the Force in the few times XOO that you've seen it used. Every stormtrooper, the ones on the guns, the ones that were preparing to board the enemy vessel, just stopped. And they turned. And they fired on the Jedi. The Twi'lek that had been in Kat's medical bay was the first, taken by surprise. The Chiss and his Padawan, they ran through the ship. Other members of the crew tried to help, tried to stop, but the clones just decimated them. They shot them. And as they were murdering the crew of the ship, the Separatist was still firing. The ship was taking heavy damage. You see security footage of the bridge. You see the Chiss fighting off the clones. You see him get hit several times, but he's still standing. And you watch. You can't hear it. The files are too damaged, but you can see it. Him taking his Padawan's shoulder, handing her his lightsaber. And you don't need to hear it to see him tell her to run. The footage shakes as the ship takes another hit, as fighting continues. And as you watch the Padawan head towards the escape pods, the footage is too corrupt to continue.
Yeah, but when seeing everyone, when they got to the footage of the clones just like turning on everyone, next Tableau sort of looking and just that's brilliant. That's so like kind of unsure of what to say as the sleeper agent droid has just seen effectively an entire ship of sleeper agents just activate.
We know the Padawan got to the escape pods, probably. We should
Unsure.
We'll have to go and look.
we'll have to head there.
Yeah, it's just
It is with a dawning realization that you are far from home. As you look through the files of the main computer log, you see that the ship spun wildly off into wild space. You have no idea for how long or for how far it went. And you don't know if that Padawan's escape vessel fired off before or after you were shut off into wild space. If they got to them at all. But another thing is very clear to you. It is unlikely that anyone will be coming for you.
do we want to take a break on that nice and happy note?
Comfort
Yes, we will
break
take
time.
a quick 5-minute break for everyone to just quickly go to the toilet.
Oh my gosh.
I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
we're all having
Well, I
some
feel
fun.
like if this was like a TV show or some kind of animated series,
The
this is where you get
Mandalorian sting
what is
plays.
left
Doo-doo.
behind. Like, oh, really cheesy. It's like, yes, we are what is left behind. Oh.
Yes, everyone. Anyone who is watching, please go get snacks, 3 fish water, go to the toilet, various other things. We'll be back here at about 10:10. Thank you very much for joining us so far.
Yeah.
Now,
Want to be a virtual buddy?
You like baking?
Let's go.
I like adventure stories.
Let's read one. If you've got a little spare time, become a Sense virtual buddy. Sign up today. It's good to make new friends. Sense. No one left out of life. sense.org.uk. Registered charity number 289868.
For people she knows, she says hello by smiles and that whole body rocking music, getting quite excited. I know who that is. I know what to expect from that person. You know that Annie likes something by the way that she will look at it, she will move away, she will come back. Lots of this sideward head movement is often a sign that I'm actually quite happy, I'm quite relaxed, I do quite like it. but I will come back to it in my own time. If she really dislikes something, it's a definite throw it away, push it away, and she doesn't have that process of going backwards and forwards. If people were to see Annie out, the best way to say hello to her is to get down to her eye level and to wave and to have a nice sort of friendly smiley face. Hi Dan, it's Kim. What things make you happy? Travelling. Where have you been? I have been to America and some European countries. If someone saw us in the street, how would you like them to say hello to you? By deafblind manual on a hand.
Hello, my name's Jenny and this is Libby, and I am Libby's intervener, and that means that I help with Libby's communication.
Yeah. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. We are just about to come back from the break, but we have a donation update. We are currently on £390. Thank you everyone so much for donating and for supporting this charity, this cause sense. Your money will be incredibly important, so thank you. But for now, I think I'm going to hand it over to the players, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Yep. Camera's back on.
Go put my camera back on. Hang on.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. I was
So,
just taking a moment to check the Twitch to see what was happening there.
oh hey, we're up to 15
I'd say
viewers.
thank you, Teru Jen, or I know who that is. That's my friend Jen. Thank you for clipping the Anakin Skywalker is right.
Hi, Jen!
Yeah.
We love you, Jen!
Yes.
Oh wow.
Jen is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friend.
Okay, are we okay to dip the stream very briefly so I can try going live to test this out?
Do we want to do that now, or do we do that after the game?
We can do it off. I mean, the thing is, I'm not streaming after this. I'm going to bed, so it would be
Right.
a very brief me stream. Jaden, I leave that up. I leave that up to you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So yes, as the dawning realization that you are quite possibly completely alone out here comes upon you, what would you like to do?
Well, I suppose we should go and have a look at those escape pods.
And
Yes.
find our own way off of this ship. I don't think it's going to last much
Yes.
longer.
It
Sort of on
gather what supplies we can and then abandon ship, I suppose. I've never abandoned a ship before. This is quite exciting.
Definitely a new experience.
Yeah, I guess we'll grab whatever we can, like emphasizing like power packs, because we want to be
Okay.
able to actually recharge ourselves. I don't know if anyone else is looking for anything in particular.
Yeah, tell me what you're looking for, and I'll let you. And I'll have someone lead a perception check as you go through the ship. And the other twos can add boosts to that.
Actually, yeah, power packs and solar panels, because we do actually want to try and charge ourselves
Solar panel.
infinitely, if possible.
You probably won't find solar panels, but you can definitely find components that could be made into solar panels.
That's what we got
Yeah.
lead for.
Power packs. The ability to make solar panels, stuff that could be used as. I mean, I've got emergency repair patches on me, but still stuff that could be used as like better repairs and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, base components. So like things which will be hard to recreate from like just metal. So things like joints and various computer like parts, wires, chips.
I think I'd like to have a look out for some, like tools and such.
Okay. Right. Why don't each actually roll me a separate perception check, as you seem to be looking for various different things. This is going to be average.
Okay, I have 2 green, so I put 2 green dice in there.
2 green dice and 2 purple dice, yes.
And 2 purple dice. Okay.
Interesting.
Are we all we are all doing separate rolls, yeah?
You're doing separate rolls because you're looking for separate things.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So from what I've got here is that my 2 green dice. I have 3 of the advantage symbols and 1 of the explosion symbol. And then for my purple dice, I have 2 of the symbols that tells me
if you hover your mouse over the icons at the bottom, it will tell you. It will say like 1 success, 2.
It says 1 advantage.
Yes.
Is that what you have? 1 advantage.
You failed, but you got 1 advantage.
Yeah.
So I have
yes
0 successes, 0 failures, 0 advantages, 0 threat, and 1 triumph. So I guess I find something super neat that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, because a triumph is an automatic success, but then I did get a failure as well to cancel it out. So I just have the triumph left over.
Give me a second. Xander, what did you get?
I have 1 success, 2 threat. Is my leg gonna break?
Oh, we're so normal. We're very normal.
Okay.
We're just normal droids.
So I'm gonna
we're just innocent droids.
From easiest to manage to speed, you find the various materials that you're looking for. You're able to pick up a lot of like things which would be difficult to recreate, and also a lot of just like basic materials. Like you stumble across in the cargo bay, things that were from the cargo bay, but in all of the various explosions and somersaulting that the ship did have ended up lodged in a hallway. But you do find some just raw like materials that metal, like ingots essentially, that could be melted down, and sort of things like that. And you're able to And it's in a nice little hover box, so you can just push it along. You can also, well, X00 can push it along and you can stand on top of it. There's also enough room in there for other things that you find. So yes, the advantages are you have a box. Oh no, you got threat, didn't you?
Got 2 threats.
Well,
the
we will
box
deal with
hates
Don't
you.
threat.
take the box away from me.
We will deal with the threat in a moment.
Mm.
Cat.
You explode. Yes.
You don't find any tools.
Ah.
What you do find is you find one emergency repair pack.
Oh.
Which you can add to the box.
Nice.
Now we come to this. So as you're going through the ship, looking for various things, you're heading in the vague direction of the escape pods, but you're also, taking lots of like meanderings, especially as there's like so much the ship is broken that you haven't taken a meandering course anyway. And you come across a whole array of power packs. Exactly what you need. It's great. There's so many power packs here. Like this probably last you like a couple of years. And it's exactly that moment that Bede, you had to quickly make your leg.
Oh.
It was very quick. Unfortunately, it means that there were certain parts of it that were unstable. And that means as you hop down off of the box, so it can be opened up and things start to be loaded inside, there's a strange whining noise. You're not sure what that is, but then it picks up again, and you hear a sputtering noise as your leg explodes in a sudden burst of ion damage that completely knocks out the power packs. They don't explode in a big fiery explosion, but the power packs are gone. They are depleted. However, this is where the triumph comes in. You do now have, while the power packs are depleted, you have empty power packs. If you can find a way to refill these, they will still work.
We can charge them, but we've basically got a bunch of phones on 0% battery.
Yes.
Oh well.
Your leg is also it's still here. It's still, you can still use it, but it's sparking slightly.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, would you like some tape?
No, I'll be alright. I've got an emergency repair patch. I've got 10 emergency repair patches.
Yes, you would have taken a significant amount of damage from that, just you, but you can use your emergency repair patch to quickly fix yourself up.
Repairs 3 wounds and may be used up to 5 times a day, so. Why don't you guys see so just open up this little compartment where there's just a stack of emergency repair patches and a little what appears to be almost like a post-it note on top of it, and Bede just ignores the post-it note and just takes one of the emergency patches, sorts his leg out, and is back on it.
Well, that's less than ideal. We're going to need to find some way to charge these.
Or we can always just go back to the engineering. Charge them there.
Escape pods first. We need to find out if they launched and how they launched.
Mm.
The survival of the Jedi should be the most important priority.
Yes. So we head to the med bay. No, not the med bay. Escape pods.
You said escape pods. There's 2 sets of escape pods, essentially built into the 2 main walls of the ship. One was completely destroyed in the initial fighting, so it's quite easy to figure out which one you need to go to. You arrive at the escape pod bay, and it is filled with bodies. The various fleeing individuals, the non-combatives. And you see at the front there is a young woman slumped against the wall, her master's lightsaber in her hand, along with her own. She had been protecting these people. You see blaster marks everywhere, as well as the signs of shooting on the control panel. Someone launched these early, so that no one could get off. There are no survivors. Up through the holes, you can see daylight pouring in. Your sensors can pick up the smell of fresh air. The outside beckons.
Well, I suppose there's not much we can do here anymore.
I suppose not. But the cat is going to wander over to the Padawan, pick up the lightsabers, slot them alongside the belt. I suppose we will have to return these to the Jedi upon our easiest convenience.
Whenever that will be.
Whenever that will be.
At that moment, that part of your servo is reconnected. And you are presented with the ship's manifest of its names. You know that this young woman's name was Zhang. And you know that she was 13. But from the looks of it, most of the people here were probably killed by the impact of the ship, not by the troopers. So, at least for a few moments before the ship hit the planet, you think maybe she was able to save a few lives. Give them a few extra minutes. Well, our sacrifice did not save them in the end. It maybe gave them a kinder death than at the hands of people they'd once called friends. What do you wish to do?
XOO's has been looking for a very long time at the bodies. Like, the pauses have been getting longer as his list of potential, like, what could be considered a mission has just been ticked off one by one. And, like, first everyone's dead, then the war is over, so there's no longer any high command, then everyone's really dead this time, and now even this, and it's just kind of...
How is XOO feeling?
Like, okay, to be clear, like, this is a military droid. It is programmed to fight in this war, in the way that it knows how, and not only is the war over, we now have no point of contact. Everyone is dead, and again, it doesn't really want to think about this, but it's got that in warfare. It could probably tell that if this is happening on this ship, this would happen wherever that transmission went. And if I was an enemy and I could just make the clone troopers do all this, it's a real chance it happened everywhere. So there is just this real sense of just like, for the first time, XOO was just like, what if I just didn't? What if, I don't want to go outside. I don't want another mission. There is no other mission.
I have a question for you. As XOO is searching for anything, the memory banks, which are repaired thanks to Bead, you've accessed them. Who is one organic individual that XOO was close with?
Sorry, was that a question?
Yes, that was. Yeah.
Oh.
Who is one organic individual that XOO was close with?
Well, I'm assuming he had a handler, probably someone who's fairly skilled in droid programming, like as opposed to droid circuitry, because it's quite hard to teach a 3PO unit to lie. They're designed to constantly provide truths to individuals. So I'd imagine the I'm calling it the 00 program because haha. Yeah, I imagine the 00 program was created by someone in particular who's very good at this kind of thing, who then basically functioned as XOO's handler. Recalling it from missions, giving it the debrief, reaffirming that yes, this is the correct like the thing you were doing on the planet, that was the lie, and this is the correct thing. You're no longer this minor administrator's personal assistant kind of thing, reaffirming that the cover was in fact the cover.
Did XOO consider them a friend?
I don't think XOO has the definition of friend, but it's just it's a comfort, right? It's the regularity of I'm gonna get to see this person again.
What was the last thing they said to you before you went on this mission?
Same thing they say every time, which is just be something like just "I'll see you again," is what they say. As an affirmation, as a mantra, right? It's important for the sake of the cover, because so that the droids don't get lost in the programming of the cover. It's important that they have this point of contact. It's yes, I'm going to see this person again. I know that's the reality and that I'm pretending right now.
How does XOO feel as he realizes that has become impossible and that he is never going to see his handler again?
XOO sits down.
Is something wrong with your leg motors?
I'm conserving power.
Okay.
I have a feeling we're going to be here for a very long time.
Well, we can find somewhere to charge the power packs, and I sent that distress signal, so...
You sent the distress signal?
Cat jump up on my lap. Yes, so that someone could come find us and help us.
XOO sort of gets up and is almost kind of wild. You can see it thinks about going for the gun, and then it's just no, that's not point. It sort of turns and looks and says, in the known galaxy, the two main forces are the Republic and the Separatist. The Separatist will want us dead. The Republic is either like this, gestures at the pile of corpses, or a ship, or the ship will be primarily controlled by clones. Either way, whatever finds us will not want us alive.
I hate to be the pessimist, but there's also a good chance that they won't really want to rescue 3 random droids on a planet. In the outer wilds, as it were.
Well, we can just look after each other then.
I'm designed as a caring unit, and thus we will all care for each other. I'm sure we can all learn. Now, we need to get those things charged. XO, I won't say XO, if you could try and remain on mission, for want of a better word, for now.
There isn't a mission.
There is at least an objective, if you'll allow me that.
What is our objective?
Don't die in this ship.
XO will just sort of stand up, turn, walk out the gap in where the escape pod was, and just sort of turn back and just go, objective complete.
I'm gonna go like this because Kat is just gonna put her hands.
Yeah,
on,
no.
like,
To be
her
fair, like
robot sticks.
Cat's a medical droid. I feel like that's got some sass programmed into it. You know.
Yeah. All
I don't feel
all
like that
medics
was in
have
the
no.
spirit.
Well, that's one step. Now we've got to take the next one, yeah?
Yes.
Charge the power packs. Establish our surroundings. I'm sure there's a third step somewhere.
I've already
Set up a
been.
base.
I already got left behind once, and Lexi found me, so someone else will find me this time.
Right. And we'll head off.
So
Perhaps we should become mercenaries.
Speed will try and find. There's got to be somewhere in this room to like connect the power packs to like a power, like the power in the ship that remains in the ship, and
It's not gonna last long. The power's fluctuating so much. You could theoretically, if you could like set up some kind of work area that was relatively clean, you could maybe use some of the pieces from the ship. You could take from here to build some kind of generator. Maybe it would be difficult. You have a lot of raw materials with you. If you had time, and you could perhaps find a way to make some kind of solar panel. You're not going to be able to rely on the ship. You could maybe get maybe a day's worth of power from the ship with the time that you have, but it's not sort of anything's going to last you long.
Okay. Just out of character thinking about this, just for the sake of expediency as well. So, if we can't rely on the ship, there's no point actually charging up the power packs now, because the reason why I wanted to, that was first on the list, it was like, if the ship is rapidly bleeding power, we want to grab some of that. But if it's too wild, then whatever. Just like, I think
we've
it's...
got power packs.
We've got the power packs, just grab what you can to build a solar panel, and we'll do that once we're off of the burning death trap. Right? Like, we've got enough power to last like a month. We don't have to worry about like... Yeah, we don't have to worry about that specifically at the moment.
Yeah.
And then we should probably think about like getting off the ship and then getting out of the radius of the ship explosion.
Yes, I mean, it might not explode. It might just like catch fire and slowly sink into the earth. You know, I'm an optimist.
But just in case.
Yeah, sure, optimist. Optimist. There is no mission.
That's
there is
an
no
optimist.
objective. Oh yeah, no.
No, below is not.
Yeah. In that case, Speed is going to cheerily give 00 like instructions on like, okay, so we need this, this, and this, and like you're gonna help me find it, and and we're gonna go off into the woods, and we're gonna find a nice bunch of trees, and we're gonna stay there. And
All right. Yeah. Then we'll just sort
I
of
was
like,
repeating stories about a log cabin and whatever
yeah,
that
just
means.
like vaguely if I process the stories, I don't have to think.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of camping?
So are you two going to look off and you're going to leave Cat with the stuff that you already have?
Yeah.
So
Unless Cat wants to come with.
I don't mind. Is there any function for me to come with? Like, is there anything?
I mean, for the benefit of sticking together, I guess.
Then I'll come with.
Yeah.
It's not
Keep
going
your-
The
anywhere.
little
This stuff.
hover box. You're pushing the hover box. I'm stood on top of it, and I'm being like, okay, we need to go here, here, and here, and here, and here.
It's like a shopping trolley, and I've got the
Yeah, that's
child.
what I'm
in it.
imagining. That's absolutely what I'm imagining.
Okay, as you're walking through, Bede is nattering, and Cat. Who was the last patient you were able to save on the ship?
Ooh,
It was during the
I
fight.
feel like
Someone was dragged to you.
yeah. I feel like it was probably like a lower decks engineer with a burn, maybe just a sort of nasty burn, maybe from like one of the engines, just on their arm. They were just nattering about it, kind of feeling a bit awkward about getting a burn from being an engineer. As these sort of things happen, and they felt like maybe they really shouldn't have come, and then just sort of being like, "No, you're burned. Sit down while I just get slaps and backs on that."
How does Cat react when they realize that might be the last patient they ever treat? That might be the last time they're ever able to complete their purpose.
I think Kat takes that and kind of just sort of seals that memory away in a kind of, well, at least I still helped. At least I still did something. And it doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't have function now. Her function now is to remain, is to get these lightsabers back to whatever remains of the Jedi, if there are going to be any Jedi left anywhere. If there are any Jedi left, then maybe she can help. She can use her medical knowledge to help wherever they are, if anything like that can happen. And Kat is just kind of being not optimistic, but kind of what is the point in thinking about the worst case scenario at this point? We're in it. There's not much more to be thought about here.
Makes sense.
Herman, little robot. But it is the size of a fully grown
You
human.
take your
Very
time.
tall.
The fire is getting through the ship, but Bede, you know somewhere where you could definitely find materials. Because she always kept them in there. Lex's quarters.
Yeah, but directions. We're going there. Don't think about it. Yeah.
It's a small berth, basically. It's a small room, just a bed. Whatever the Star Wars fancy term is for a toilet and a shower. I know they have them. I don't remember. Refresher. I think they're called refreshers.
Yeah, refreshers.
Yeah.
Probably like a work table.
Yeah. Describe what else is in there. Describe the room.
Oh, it's 100. It's a room covered. Like it's literally just like bed, door to the refresher, and then like squeezed in there a little work table that is covered in like little scratches and marks that line up perfectly with Bede's remaining original leg. Obviously, the new one doesn't match. And just loads of bits and pieces and components that were clearly bought somewhere they'd stopped for like a week or a day or whatever they call them in Star Wars universe.
Surely.
No, I meant like the actual.
Oh, but yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And of just and little things that probably would never have and then things that are probably things that were taken off of the ship, like a part was replaced with something more new, and this old item found its way into Lexi's quarters. And little pots of paint, the color of which matches the paint on bead.
As you hop down onto the work desk, you look down at it, and what was the last thing you made, Lexi? On this bench?
A clip. Their hair had been getting a bit long. They hadn't gone to a they hadn't had the chance to sort of restyle it, but it was just in that awkward period where it's not quite long enough to put up in a ponytail, but it's not quite short enough to not be in the way. So and before they could like while Lexi was still in that adamantly just brushing it out of the way all the time phase, before they realized that they needed a clip for it, Bede had already made one for them, and they would have been wearing it obviously when they
And how
they
does
really
Bede
liked it.
They did like it. And how does Bede feel staring down at this table, realizing that no one is ever going to use it again? You're never going to make anything again with Lexi. Lexi's never going to make anything again. Anything you make from now on will only be yours.
We'll file that away for later.
Remember just a moment as just like, yeah, just like a little
really
blink,
long
like
period of time of just. Anyway, there should be plenty of stuff here for us to use.
Yeah.
Like, if droids could smile, it's like the most forced smile of just like, I'm pretending to be happy.
yes, you're able to find a great number of components. There's some, except like you're pretty sure that there is some very not
legal,
officially allowed stuff in here. This is not regulation.
Stitches get stitches, is what Lexi used to say.
I will also say you're able to find the second box.
Fantastic.
You can attach it to the first one.
Like that's Bede's response when he sees Double O like looking at some of this stuff, and it's just like really cheery. Stitches
I
get
will
stitches.
cut you.
No, 100%. It's Bede does not know the implication of this phrase at all.
He used to say, "I would cut you, bitch."
Don't touch my tools, or I will eat your eyeballs.
Yes, so you're able to load up a number of things into the boxes. Would you like to head on the ship?
Yeah, let's see what's out there.
Yeah,
The main Star Wars theme has just come onto Spotify. Thank you, Spotify.
that's us.
What am I on? I don't even know.
Yes, as you manage to get out through a huge rent in the side of the ship with a few tools, a number of supplies, some empty power packs, and some boxes. The trees overhead crowding close. The reason that there is some daylight coming through is because as you exit the ship, you realize the ship carved a path through this forest, decimating trees for at least several miles.
We should get clear of the ship if it explodes. We are currently in the radius.
Yes, we should also get somewhere sunny so that we can use the solar panels.
Out of the forest, then.
If there is an out of the forest.
High ground would be good to start with. Then we can get a nice view of everything.
Yes, but let's just start.
programs coming back for BD.
Yeah.
Yes, what we're going to do. So you
Well,
want to
well,
try
this
and find
is
some. Sorry, go
going
ahead.
on, by the way, to say XW is just listening to the sound of the wildlife, ready to replicate if it needs to, just like practicing its bird song.
It's slowly coming back. There was dead silence for a long while, probably because all the animals fled from the giant burning metal thing that crashed out of the sky.
Yeah.
But they're slowly come back, and you do hear. You don't see anything. The animals are far too cautious, but you do hear the occasional sound of what might be equivalent of a bird rustles in the undergrowth. I would like someone to make for me a standard survival check.
Beat.
No,
Beat.
I'm not good at it.
What? That's your
One
whole
green.
thing.
I've got 1 green. No, I'm a mechanic.
You're
I've
a
got 2 green.
survival droid.
I'm a mechanic.
They were reprogrammed.
Oh well, I guess I got 3 greens. I can throw at the problem.
Go.
Oh, yeah,
Alright.
you're the best at this.
Do it, King.
Excuse me. Right, 1, 2, 3. What's the
It's
difficulty?
it's average, so 2 purples.
2 purples.
2
That's a
purples.
chance. We've got more greens. on our
Yay!
side.
That is a success with
Woo.
2 threat.
Oh god! Why can't we just get success?
Why can't we have a win?
Be any fun
Like-
for me personally. So what happens is you find a very large, sturdy tree. Well, tree equivalent. It's got these odd sort of like outgrowth like things that you realize you're able to sort of. It takes you a little while, but you can climb up it. And find some nice you find a nice sturdy branch to look out. And you look over this sea of just green trees. But you do see a break. You see about 20 miles to the northwest. The tree line breaks by what looks like a river or a coast or something. It's hard to see. It's the air is full of like mist. Like it's not raining, it's not particularly like wet, but just the further out it goes, it's just there's this heavy sort of mist that the rendering distance see isn't that great. But yeah, as you're up there, you look down as your foot crunches on something, and you realize that there are twigs. And you look over and you see a clutch of eggs next to you. And it's as you see them that something collides with your head as an angry bird dive bombs you.
That's an actual noise. Because again, XW was practicing its bird, right? So sort of like
Yeah.
tweet, 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 bah!
Oh dear.
Immediately, like recovered, gun is out and like scanning the top of the trees for this thing.
Just a magpie.
Do I
Just a
see
really
it?
annoyed magpie.
You see it as it comes for you again.
Yeah, no, I'm shooting this thing.
Sure, roll me a gun check.
Others,
range
feel free to like. Again.
XR,
Yours
that's
on the
a
ground.
bird. That's a bird. You don't have to shoot it. That's a bird, darling.
Would you say this would be close range?
Yes.
As it's dive bombing me, yep. So that's only
Let's
one.
have a
shoot
like
it as it's about
tiny
to hit
bit of
the face.
combat.
Very gently. Just gonna reach out, push your arm. No, that's a bird.
You're
Yeah.
on the ground. They're up a tree.
Put the arm down. It's a bird.
So that is 2
Bird.
success, 2 advantage. So
You shoot that bird.
that's 7 damage. So probably not enough to kill, depending on how much soak it has.
It's a bird.
It's a bird.
Birds
Yeah.
will die if they get too stressed.
Yeah, so can humans. But yeah, anyway, as it comes in for another swoop, I'm XOO just very just.
It has 5 hit points. Well, 5. It has. It can
Wounds.
take 5 damage, 5 wounds, and it has 2 soak. So yes, you kill it.
Oh, just.
Just it careens down. To the other you weren't really paying like that much attention. You were like you couldn't quite see that far up, and then you hear a sound of a blaster shot, and then a bird lands beside you a few moments later.
Oh.
It was
Oh,
a bird.
well, I can see that now.
Okay. Okay.
Just kind of slowly puts the gun back and like closes it up. Again, that kind of like long, unblinking. I mean, obviously unblinking, but like, I mean, 3PO units can blink their eyes.
They can.
But yeah, no, this long, unblinking stare, just like looking over the nest as it was protecting its home.
Yes.
I thought it was an enemy.
I suspect you would have said rather the same about yourself.
I'm gonna open up the chest cavity so it's just kind of sitting open, and then scoop up the bird's nest and just put it on the open lip.
Also, you have to remove the gun to do this.
Oh, is that?
Do you want the bells?
Has this poor robot made a new mission of raise these birds?
Hey, it's the robot. It's the classic robot thing, right? It's the for the birds.
Oh my god. He's Bastion Overwatch.
I mean, it's Android 16 is where that comes from. Before that. Okay. What I'm probably going to say is that XW will take out the gun. He's currently holding the gun. However, if a dramatic thing happens, he will have to drop the gun and will probably leave it on the ground. So, it's the kind of thing of like, on a meta level, I'm totally cool with this. On a character level, I don't think XW would be willing to like.
Yeah, like for the moment, you still got magnets, so you could just like for the moment attach the gun there, so while you're climbing down. But you will have to hold the gun most of the time. Well, there. Sorry.
I don't know why that just gives me like cosplayer vibes of just like putting magnets so you can just stick. I haven't done that.
Oh, I'm so glad suddenly Bird got clipped. Excellent.
Jenny,
But
you're
yes,
doing a
I
fantastic
now
job
have, and yeah, the chest cavity's kind of like awkwardly balanced. I have to kind of like half close it to stop the nest from falling out, but I don't want to fully close it. So just kind of like very carefully making my way down with these eggs.
I donate some bandages to pad out the nest.
So I've got some cat hair dancing around my nose. It's absolutely driving me crazy. Cats, you love them. Anyway, yes, you managed to carefully get down to the ground. You do see that Exo's chest cavity is now like strangely open.
What you got there, buddy?
It will sort of just like flip it down to show the bird's nest.
Found some friends?
Generally speaking, species of this kind need warmth to hatch. There will not be any more. There will not be any more where we left it, and I believe the inner workings of my machinery should be warm enough.
Yes, they should be. Shall we get going?
Yeah. Keep walking.
You're able to lead them towards that gap in the trees. It takes a while of just walking through woodland. You are surrounded on all sides by greenery. Bede, you don't have any memory. Your memory was wiped after your exploration days. So, Bede and Cat, you have never seen this much green anywhere.
I'm gonna kill you. I was about to make that joke and you stole it from me. I'm gonna kill you.
We just got 20 quid donated for the bird hitting Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Tony. Yeah. So, how are you two feeling? XOO, you've been around Greenborough before. You've seen this kind of thing. But how the rest of you, the other two, feeling? Surrounded by plant life.
Pleasant.
And robots. I hate that I've picked a droid that just doesn't have arms. But he's
Use the
perfect, he's really
multi-tool,
kind.
it's fine.
Shrug. It's yeah, it doesn't have any memory of like exploring wilderness and things like that, but remembers things that Lexi said and you know, the occasion where we would go somewhere where time on the planet involved being outside and things like that. So, but Bird is mostly just Bead is mostly just like, okay, we're on a mission because when we get to a place where we are safe, I can set up a workbench and I can start working on things and and that's
Okay.
the Bead processing power is. I want to get to the next building part.
Bead is
Are there
here to
any?
craft.
Are there anything you guys talk about as you walk?
There's a lot of XOO rattling off bird facts. They're not all right. Like, he doesn't have the greatest score, so like he will get some stuff wrong sometimes.
Bird fact. Channeling
Cat is
Brennan Lee
very
Mulligan there.
enthusiastically just. Oh, interesting. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know many bird facts myself, so you're sort of just going to have to imagine them.
Chat, please.
Yeah.
give
Hey,
bird facts.
hey,
Chat, share
chat.
bird facts.
Hey, chat.
While the others are having a nice conversation about the horrors of war, share with us your favorite bird fact.
Are we getting any?
If we get any bird
There are
facts, I'm gonna
16
be
people in
surprised.
chat right now, and I bet at least half of them know more about birds than I do.
I mean, one of them is me, so I'm not going to be commenting. There's a whole video about ducks out there. Thanks. There is at least one video about ducks.
At least one video about ducks.
You know what? It's a true fact. That's all you can ask for.
True fact about ducks.
I imagine Bede probably goes on a bit of a thing about like how the mechanics of wings work, like how the mechanics of bird wings work, and how that differs from the mechanics of how ship wings work. Migratory birds have smaller brains than non-migratory birds. That's genuinely fascinating.
Wild.
Interesting.
That's amazing.
Cat
Okay,
is listing
right.
off facts about about species that
Yeah.
she knows lay eggs.
Nims,
humanoid
like
avian
3.
species.
feel free to flag us whenever you want us to stop derailing this campaign with this session with bird facts.
It's fine. We've got another hour, and I've only got one more thing planned. So
Okay, yeah.
More bird facts.
So when you talk about the migratory birds, XW will just go. Do you think flying into my face counts as migration? I'm unclear.
No,
Right.
I don't think that does.
Larger brains then.
Is your shell okay? Do you need any kind of repairs?
I'm fine. It was more of a shock than any lasting damage.
Reaches over very gently, pulls out a stuck feather from like in between the plating, just like
That is why I could not remember the answer to 13 times 263.
What is the answer to 13 times 263? You had to know what I was going to ask.
frantically gets up calculator.
No, I'm not doing anything. You can't prove it. 3,419.
Speaking of calculators,
why didn't you just say something that you knew? Oh, that's an adorable calculator.
Because it's a robot, you're supposed to say big maths.
Quick maths.
Yeah.
I
No, we're in.
I should strike all of the repairs from my records.
I should probably.
There is
at
an
least-
audible whirring noise.
Oh god.
I think most of those repairs are impossible to perform now. As I guess we can sort of like look over our shoulder and see this still like increasingly burning wreck.
It's
Just-
at that
just-
moment the ship explodes.
Oh,
I'm guessing it's not a big explosion. We were in the
Oh no,
clear.
it's massive.
Oh no.
Debris comes. You're out of the range of the explosion itself, but debris comes raining down through the trees around you.
Oh
Would you
dear,
like
we
to
should
back
get
up
some
for
cover. Let's get some cover on, everybody.
Everyone,
yeah.
quickly make an easy coordination check for me.
Easy
That's one
coordination.
Let's have a look.
Cool.
Okay. Ooh. Sorry, I'm looking at what's going on here. One. Clear that. Give me one green, one purple. Thank you.
2 successes, 1 advantage.
I got 1 advantage, no successes. It's telling me.
2 successes.
There
One
he
for
is.
me, one for me, one for the eggs.
You're a father now. You have to look after them.
An ostrich egg weighs 3 to 4 pounds, about 24 chicken eggs, and an ostrich lays up to 70 of them per year.
Damn.
Damn, that's a good bird
desperately
fact.
want to try an ostrich egg. I've tried ostrich
I've
burgers.
had ostrich
I would love
eggs.
to.
I've had ostrich eggs.
Are they good?
It's an egg.
It's an egg.
It's egg, isn't it?
They
Egg.
do
I
taste
had some
slightly
omelette.
different.
I had
I
some
mean,
omelette made with
like
ostrich egg.
fresh chicken eggs taste differently to like.
Yeah, it's a little different. I can't quite describe it. Yes. 2 of you managed to quickly duck behind a tree. Poor cat, with your tiny, very thin legs. You're not built for speed. You get clunked on the head by a passing piece of debris. It's not serious. The advantage that you get is that it's nothing major, but you do take a wound from it. It's just
No,
being
my
clunked on the
wounds.
head.
Give me a wound.
I'm not going to
thank you.
repair it unless it gets serious. More serious.
Oh,
And
it's
as you're going behind a tree, just like clips you in the back of the head, and you're just like, oof.
It's fine. It's surface damage.
Nims, how did you make a perfect Roblox oof?
Oof.
That was like uncanny.
Nim
Played
is actually the
And we
voice
all know
actor
that
for
Tommy
Roblox.
Tallarico must die.
It's true. My secret is out. I know Roblox.
And the real secret of the Roblox oof is that Tommy Tallarico must die.
Yeah.
But
Finish
yes,
the game an hour early. Just put that video on. It's fine.
Great, just watch.
you managed to duck behind the tree as debris rained around you. Your brain tries to add more repairs to the list bead, but you have to manually delete them as you see these various things. It all compiles eventually into one thing on the list, just called ship.
Silly.
Get out of here.
I want everyone to know, for the record, I was tracking how many like numbers that I was using, so they were getting bigger each time, and I wasn't going to repeat myself just in case.
Very good.
But obviously, don't need that anymore.
There is also another unfortunate part about this, which is that due to the amount of bodies on the ship,
Oh no.
organic matter is also sent quite far.
Oh. It's 11 o'clock. We're past watershed. It's fine.
Well, yeah, this whole game was past watershed because of all the bodies. I mean, yeah, without getting too much, I don't really want like, you know.
Have you seen in chat? It's raining men.
Oh, no.
Hallelujah.
It's unfortunately, Cat doesn't have the luxury of deleting the casualty list in case they do get found, and they're like, "Hey, who was on board your ship?" And Cat was like,
Yes.
"Who's dead?"
If we hadn't gone down to the escape pods first, I would have totally done the thing of like, yes, I think I found your Padawan. She's over there, and over there, and over there,
No.
and over there.
No. Oh no. At the very least, we fixed the like brain the memory problems that and the processing problems that Cat was having. Otherwise, it would just be like them trying to resuscitate a
Yeah.
charred chunk.
Just a leg.
Oh,
Captain, please.
I fix.
Ah, yes. We really went to
Really
pieces.
went to pieces
over that
Oh,
one.
swear to God. Oh my God. Tony.
What did Tony say?
Oh, we really went to pieces over that one, huh? I love how the fact that Tony can do psychic damage to Nim specifically means that Tony can just make us suffer. Like they're fine.
Oh,
Dark side points. What should I do with them?
punishment. Tony,
Oh.
no. Tony, no.
Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue making our way through the. I keep
There's been a
wanting to
clip.
call it a jungle, but you've said like it's not.
No,
like so it is
it's
a
just like a
forest.
thick
it's not-
forest.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
For
not
us to
human enough
do.
to be a jungle.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got to find some higher ground.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
the area you're
let's-
heading towards appears to be a sort of a cliff overlooking some kind of water. That's what you're able to view from the tree. You continue onwards in the deafening silence that followed. And then out in the trees, you hear a noise. You're not sure at first, but XOO, you are familiar with the sound of being stalked.
Something's out there.
in the distance, just very quietly. Routini.
What?
No Jawas.
No Jawas.
This is wild space. Like nothing lives here.
I know, but wouldn't it be funny?
Stop.
Okay.
Tear up my notes. Oh no, Obi-Wan and Satine's theme just came on. I'm gonna go cry.
Everybody, take 5 minutes to weep for Satine. Anyway. Right.
Yes. What do you do as you're being stalked through the darkness of the trees?
Can you tell what? Is it sort of animal? Are we looking at animal or sentient, shall we say?
Yeah, I'll try and keep an ear out. See if I can.
Make a perception check.
Has has 00 shared the like? Oh, by the way, we're being followed.
Yeah,
He said
I
yes.
said.
Something's
Oh, okay, okay.
What difficulty?
At that point, I totally hadn't forgotten about this. Just a little blaster pistol just pops up on the shoulder. Of
Oh, you do actually have a gun.
BD. I do have a gun. I do have a gun. I just forgot about it.
It's like BD heard you talking smack. Just
Highly modified BD unit.
Highly
Um,
BD unit.
Yes.
BD's block.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be average, but can have 3 setback.
3 on top of the
Ooh.
one I already have.
Why would you have a setback from your arm?
I have a setback on all other checks.
Doesn't it? No, hold on. Doesn't it say like any checks?
Limb. Okay,
Oh,
let me
no,
read out
you
what
can't do
Maine
anything with that
says.
limb. No, yeah.
Limb
do
permanently
anything with that
lost.
limb.
Unless you have a cybernetic replacement, cannot perform actions that use that limb. Add 1 setback to all other actions.
Nice.
Nope, that is a failure and 3 threat, so I think we're about to get jumped.
Oh no.
Something comes bounding out of the darkness. Something huge. With claws and great pads on its feet. It collides with XOO, immediately pinning them to the ground.
The hatch is closed up to try and keep the eggs safe as I like try and grab the pistol off the magnet and just
Bede is gonna fire at the thing, whatever it is.
Okay. roll me. You will each get one thing you can quickly do, apart from X00, because X00 is on the floor, and your action was to close up your hatch to protect eggs.
I want to stab it with as much codeine as I can.
No, sorry. Not codeine.
Space codeine.
Space codeine.
Bodine.
Space sodium,
codeine.
yeah.
No, it's all Bacta. It's all different kinds of
It's all
Bacta. So
different kinds of
this is
Wait, no,
this
hold
is
on.
sleepy Bacta.
Considering their drugs are called death sticks, I think this would just be called sleep juice.
Yeah, this is Morphobacter.
No, I'm sticking with sleep juice.
There are legal drugs called death sticks.
Anyway,
It's
Yes.
all Bacta, always was.
Yeah, okay. Bead, roll me a range light, average difficulty. Cat, roll me a hard medicine check.
Ooh, hard means I put
3 purples.
3 purples in. Yeah, let me have a quick go.
I'm going to use one of my dark side to upgrade that to a red and 2 purples.
A red and 2 purples?
Yes. It would have a.
If you have any talents that can Back to the Future,
I believe you get blue to your medicine checks.
I think I have. I was just reading it here. I can re-roll 1 medicine check per session. It says here.
Very nice.
Do really badly.
Let me scroll down.
Is there anything in the where it says has your skill medicine? Is there anything written in the little box next to it? Like
there was something. Let me have a quick look. I've got here +1B -2 BLK.
Okay, so yes, you add a blue to all of your dice, to all of your medicine rolls, and you remove 2 black dice.
I don't have any black dice on here.
No, it's fine. So
Okay.
yes, roll. So you want to roll me what your medicine is, plus a blue, plus 2 purples, plus a red.
Okay. Okay, it's telling me here I have 0 successes, 1 fail, and 2 threat.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Hey, wait, did you say you had a skill that allows you to re-roll stuff?
I do.
You know,
Let
maybe
me
do
re-roll that.
One
You
more
want to
time.
spend one of the light side points you have to
You don't have
upgrade
any
your.
left.
You have 2 because I
Yeah,
spent
'cause-
2 dark side
yeah.
points.
Oh, yeah.
Flip.
I got 2
I re-rolled
successes
it.
on my attack, by the way.
What did you get?
I got 2 threat, 2 success, and 1 triumph.
Oh.
Yes,
Better.
I will say that very much works. As Bede begins shooting the creature, you're able to get around it, and with your little needle arm, you're able to find what is most likely. You have no idea what this creature is. It's something huge. It's furry. It's got fangs. But you know mammals, and you know where the jugular probably is. And so you're able to get your little needle, stab straight in there, and just inject as much sleeping medication as you have in your system. And I'll say with that triumph, it works immediately.
Woo!
Go to
The
sleep,
creature,
go to sleep, go to
Go to
sleep.
sleep now.
creature just
Good night.
wobbles and then collapses,
Uh.
pinning X00 to the ground.
Oh no. I'll try and roll it off of you, and Kat will try and roll the thing off.
What's your strength? What's your brawn?
Be just
Bad.
standing there like I
Let
can't do
me
shit.
quick look at what my brawn is.
Yeah, both of us have brawn 1.
I don't even see brawn here.
It's on characteristics.
It's characteristics at the top.
It's the top of every.
Oh
page.
yes, I see here. Brawn is 1.
Yep.
For our
We're
audience
all
at
weak as
home,
shit droids.
an average human strength is 2.
We're weak as shit.
I would say it takes a little while, but between the 3 of you, you're eventually able to shift it enough for X00 to squeeze out.
What
Are you
happened
alright?
to the eggs?
Are they?
You check them, they're okay.
Yes.
Protect.
Thank God.
What is this? Look at it. What is it? No, it's a
I mean, I'll have a gander.
Well, actually, we're saying like like it's knocked out immediately. It's also possible we've just overdosed this poor thing.
Quite possible.
I mean, it's still
It is
breathing.
possible.
Is it still breathing currently?
Yes,
Okay.
you
Mm.
think. You're not entirely sure.
I want to figure out what this thing is.
Um,
Would this
I
fall
think
under
as you look over
xenology?
it, pardon?
Would this fall under xenology?
Yeah. That is a
Yeah,
skill.
sure. I'll let you roll. I'll let you roll. Like, you won't know what this is because this is an uncharted planet, but I'll let you roll an average, so 2 purple xenology check.
Yep.
Try and figure out best to your
So that's
abilities.
Something
So that's 2
similar.
purples and then whatever greens we have in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the
I
answer
can
is
do
going to
that.
be it's a weird blank, and you're trying to find out what the blank is.
Yes.
2 success, 3 advantage.
What?
1 success.
I did not roll
no failures.
anything. Both purples were blank.
Oh my god.
So that's just everything I rolled on my greens.
I think Zach would like some of his dice luck back.
I'm gonna try
It's wafted to Zach.
it.
Yeah, so this seems to be, the best of you can gather, some kind of mix of bear, boar, and like a bat. Like, it hasn't got wings, but it's got like the hearing things of a bat, and it's got like the sort of snout of a bat.
Did it scream when it attacked us?
Yes.
Echolocation.
I have that stored now.
You do.
Nice.
Yes, it let out a huge piercing screech as it attacked you. Which also, from what you were able to gather, seems to have scared off a lot of other creatures.
Useful.
Yes.
We have an anti-creature field.
I worry we may run into more of these things. This is the local fauna.
It's always possible.
We should keep moving.
Agreed.
Keep going.
You continue on. It's not much further. Well, I say not much further. You have been walking for quite a while. And as the sun begins to set,
We're robots, we don't get tired.
yeah, as the sun begins to set, you reach the cliffs. And you overlook a brilliant green sea. As this strange greenish purple sunset stains the sky. The cliffs, there is a way down to what looks like caves. It could probably take a little while. You could make a decent path between them. Caves would offer shelter from a good deal of the elements.
Probably best to set up a workplace in there as well.
Yeah. Maybe do your anti-creature scream.
Now?
In the cave.
Right. If we're
Good
in
place
danger.
for us to rest. It's probably a good place for other things to rest too.
This area also seems to get a good deal of sun from what you're able to see. The rocks are fairly sun-bleached.
Woohoo! It's a good place for solar panels.
Okay.
We want to make sure that cave is empty before we settle in there.
So don't make me your deception check. To scream in the cave.
Yeah, sure. I guess I haven't got to use this yet, so I might as well use my once per session. I'm gonna take 2 strain to increase my cunning by 1 for the rest of the scene.
Very nice.
Which means this deception check gets additional things on it. And then that is negated, and then
How cunning are you right now?
4.
How cunning is your robot? Damn, that's impressive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This robot is cunning.
It's
and yet,
alive.
that is a threat and nothing else.
No.
Do you not have anything that can like re-roll it or?
No, that check was late. That was later on down the tree that I didn't get a chance to buy it. Yeah, no. I mean, I should have flipped to be fair before rolling.
Do you wanna spend? I'll let you spend 2 light side to reroll that.
Sure.
Do it. Yeah.
Do it. Oh lord.
That is 3 failures and 4 advantages.
No.
I will say that
I'm sorry,
you
I've taken
aren't
all of the
able.
luck.
You aren't able to perfectly mimic the creature, but it is a loud enough, terrifying enough noise that you scare a good chunk of creatures out of there.
I'm just
Like-
screaming at this point.
Yeah, there's just like this flock of like weird, like spindly, crystalline, spidery looking flying creatures just shoots out as you scream at them.
Oh
And the
my
cave appears to be
God.
empty.
Yay.
I'm just imagining the Windows dial-up noise. Not like the old-fashioned dial-up.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the
With
crackling, like,
the
screaming noise.
just that into the cave.
The screech as well, just the. I don't
Yeah.
even want to go that high. Like within my own voice, it'll sound horrible.
So I'm just gonna go get some more water. I'll be back in just one sec. I will leave you to set up in the cave.
Okay, yes.
We make this house a home.
As you're able to carefully begin, you're able to get the general boxes and stuff down. Yeah, do you wanna build yourself a workbench?
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
make.
to be honest, I think just finding a flat piece of ground will also do. To be probably better for bead as well. Load to the ground, just
Yeah,
set aside an
you're
area.
able to just like prepare yourself a workbench. I'll say,
Yeah.
just something you. It has to make sure it's clean, so it hasn't got too much like rubble on there.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly raised so things don't roll off. But yeah, just make me an easy crafting check. Easy as 1 purple.
Crafting. Well,
Honestly,
there
you
isn't
could probably just like
crafting.
fuse mechanics. Sorry,
Use mechanics. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
you could probably fuse just like the lids of the boxes together.
Mm.
That's probably the way to do it. Yeah. Boop. Yep. That's a success and 2 advantage.
Yes, you're able to make yourself just a nice little work area that you can get set up.
Woohoo.
All right, doing as the light begins